Hello everyone, we'll continue with our chapter Transpiration of Standard 10. In last class, we have studied about measurement of transpiration, under which we studied about the weighing method. Today we are going to discuss about potometer method. So before starting, let us understand what is the meaning of potometer. Poto means drink and meter means to measure. So what amount of water is drank, means taken up by the plant, that will have to measure. So here in this potometer, we'll see that the rate of water intake by the plant, and this water intake is almost equal to the water lost by transpiration. Obviously, the water which is taken in by the plant will be equal to the water which is thrown out in the process of transpiration. So potometer do not measures the water loss. Directly it doesn't measures the water lost, but indirectly we can say that it measures the water loss. Means first of all it will measure the water intake by the plant, and then it will measure by seeing that we can measure the water lost during the process of transpiration. So let us see how this method was carried out by a special potometer, by a special instrument that is named as Genong's potometer. So here is a structure of Genong's potometer, where we have seen that here is an horizontal capillary tube, a vertical short tube which holds the twig, and a capillary tube which was inserted in water, in a beaker containing water. So what we'll do, we'll take a cut shoot and we'll put it in the apparatus present here, and then we'll fill the full apparatus with water, entire apparatus with water, and so that no air bubble can enter inside it. Only we will insert one air bubble inside the capillary tube, which will help us in measuring the uptake of water by this twig. Okay, now we'll start the process. Now during the process of transpiration, what will happen? The plant will start transpiring out water, which in turn lead to the uptake of water from this capillary tube. If the water will be taken up or absorbed by this twig, what will happen to the air bubble? Air bubble will start moving from its mean position, and the movement of the air bubble is because of the suction force that is created by the uptake of water by the twig. Okay, now the movement of air bubble can be, the reading of this movement of air bubble can be taken, and then we can measure that how much amount of water was taken by the twig, that will be equal to the amount of water transpired out from the twig. Okay, so this is the method how we can measure that what amount of water vapor is transpired out. Okay, so here I have given one picture of the original potometer. Just see how it looks. You can see here is the horizontal capillary tube with a beaker, where this capillary tube is lowered, then this will be filled with water. If we are using colored water, that will be very helpful for us to measure the amount of water taken up by the plant. And then here is one reservoir. Suppose the reading has come wrong, what we can do, again we'll open the cap which is present here, and then the water will be again filled up in the apparatus. So this is how we can measure the potometer. We can measure the amount of water lost in this potometer. So there are some precautions which can be seen by using photometer, the first one is it should be made completely watertight, means no air should enter inside the capillary tube and no water should leak out. And the next one, the twig should be cut obliquely and underwater to avoid suction of air bubble into the twig, which will stop the absorption of water into the xylem. Next are the limitations in the use of photometer. Introducing the air bubble is not very easy. Obviously, introducing the air bubble is not very easy work. If one air bubble we want to introduce, it may happen that more than one air bubble may enter. So this we have to do it very carefully. Next, twig may not remain fully alive for a long time, so we can perform this experiment for a short period. Then next, any changes in the outside air temperature may affect the position of the air bubble in the capillary tube. Suppose the temperature is very high, so transpiration will also be high. Suppose the humidity is high, so transpiration will be low. So in this case, there will be a fault in reading. So the temperature may affect the reading taken in photometer. Next, we'll be talking about kinds of transpiration. So there are 3 types of transpiration. First is stomatal transpiration, that is taking place through leaves through the stomata. Cuticular transpiration, directly from the surface of the leaves and stem. And the third one is lenticular transpiration, taking place from the lenticels, which are minute openings on the surface of the old stem. The old stems, they contain some minute pores, that is lenticels, and which do not remain open for a longer period of time. Lenticels, they are permanently open. Okay, so these are the 3 types of transpiration that takes place in the plant. So in the next video, we'll be talking about the mechanism of stomatal transpiration.